he say he wants more time, right? Eddie has all the time for him. Eddie was here last year, before last year, when he fighting in after Happy New Year, in Christmas, New Year, everything for him. When he fight, he wins with Campbell, and then happen what something with him. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but Eddie have all the time for all the fighters. You ask Oscar, you ask everybody. If you discipline and you have the time to put in the gym and train really good, and you put discipline, Eddie is always gonna be there with discipline too. Because I'm being with Eddie a lot of years, so I saw Eddie when a lot of fighters come to the gym. And really good fighters, and he have all the time. But if he saw, you come today, train 20 minutes and then go, and then you don't come 4 days or 3 days, okay, and then next day you say, hey, I come in at 12, and you come at 2, so you need to be disciplined, right? So you can ask everybody, Oscar Valdez, Frank Sanchez, whatever. Andy Ruiz too. I talked with Andy Ruiz too. It's the same. He come one day and no come.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So what you just heard was the voice of 4-division world champion, who currently is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, widely considered by many to be the face of the sport of boxing. That is Saul Canelo Alvarez, who has a record of 58 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He gives his thoughts on, former stablemate, somebody he looked at and was a mentor to, and that's lightweight, junior welterweight Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia, who had this highly anticipated biggest fight of his career and one of the biggest fights, if not the biggest fight of the year. And Ryan Garcia is now 23 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. He came up short. He came up short in this massive fight that did 1.4 million pay-per-view buys reportedly. Did a massive gate of over $20 million at the gate. Came at 5th in gate revenue in Las Vegas. So against undefeated 3-division world champion, who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title lightweight and junior welterweight, that being superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is now 29 wins, no losses, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. The fight was highly anticipated, it was entertaining. Ryan Garcia got dropped in the 2nd round, and he got stopped with a liver shot, left hook to the liver in the 7th round, okay? And prior to this, Canelo Alvarez, he warned everybody that this was going to be the case because Ryan Garcia simply wasn't committed to the sport of boxing like he should be, okay? And he parted ways with Canelo Alvarez, and Ryan Garcia is at the time well-renowned 2-time trainer of the year, future Hall of Famer, and Eddy Reynoso. And he parted to go with another Hall of Famer, another well-renowned trainer, and Hall of Famer already in Joe Goosen, okay? And the word came out that Ryan Garcia was doing the same things he was doing with Eddy Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez as he was with Joe Goosen. He wasn't showing up to the gym. He was only training 3 times a week with Joe Goosen, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He was, had his own philosophy, as he said, had his own way of training and doing things, and that was his focus, okay? And, Joe Goosen co-signed it and said that Ryan Garcia was a genius and that Ryan Garcia was like another trainer, and you don't train Ryan Garcia, you just partner with Ryan Garcia, right? Joe Goosen gave him high praise, but as soon as Ryan Garcia lost, Joe Goosen disappeared. We didn't see Joe Goosen since. He didn't show up to the post-fight press conference. He didn't show up to anything regarding Ryan Garcia after losing his fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, which spoke volumes. His silence spoke volumes. Just like right now, Canelo Alvarez silence spoke volumes, okay? Because Canelo Alvarez, he warned you. Now, before the fight, Canelo Alvarez, he said Ryan Garcia, he has an opportunity to win the fight because he has a mean left hook. But for the most part, he was going with Gervonta Tank Davis, and he stated that it's sad that Ryan Garcia is wasting his talents and that Ryan Garcia is not committed to the sport of boxing, right? As he said, he would tell you he come to the gym at 12, don't show up to 2, and stay for 15 minutes, and then he leave, right? So Canelo Alvarez gave us a warning, a fair warning. And I told you guys, Ryan Garcia makes a lot of amateur mistakes. He makes a lot of mistakes overall that he's gonna pay for in the ring, and he did against Gervonta Tank Davis. He paid the price for not being more prepared. Preparation is key. Commitment is key. Consistency is key. And Ryan Garcia didn't display any of those things going into this fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. He was doing things as he saw fit. That he does things through his eyes, not understanding that you have to commit. You have a well-renowned trainer like Eddy Reynoso, or you have a well-renowned trainer like Joe Goosen. You got to let them do their job, okay? They've been around this sport of boxing before you was born, and so they know a lot of things you don't know. So you got to stand on their shoulders so you can see even further than they can see, and that's what he just didn't do, okay? He didn't take heed to that. And hence the reason why Joe Goosen, just left. Okay, he didn't stand with Ryan Garcia in defeat, and it's absolutely sad because if you knew this was who he was before you guys had the fight, and you gave him praise saying that he was a genius. Now maybe Joe Goosen was just throwing shots at Ryan Garcia to the through the public, but clearly Joe Goosen understood this. And I don't agree with Joe Goosen leaving him high and dry, because leading up into it, you was willing to, say how much of a genius he was and give him high praise and say, you never seen nobody train and prepare as hard as Ryan Garcia. And then soon as he lose, you disappear in the thin air, okay? You never see Eddy Reynoso do that with Canelo Alvarez, and he's never done it with Ryan Garcia. And so essentially Canelo Alvarez saying, Ryan Garcia should have stayed with Eddy Reynoso, right? He should have been more well prepared. He should have stayed with Eddy Reynoso, so that way, he could, have, been more successful. And there's many people that feel that way, that if Ryan Garcia was with Eddy Reynoso, he would have been more successful. I think when it boils down to it is that he knew that, Eddy Reynoso was going to hold him accountable. Right? He knew Eddy Reynoso was going to hold him accountable. Eddy Reynoso is not going to play that game, allowing him to disappear, not show up, and then be in the public eye when Eddy Reynoso is being interviewed, acting like Ryan Garcia is doing everything he possibly can to win this fight, and that Ryan Garcia is committed to the sport. Knowing Ryan Garcia don't show up, Eddy Reynoso is going to hold him accountable because he has plenty of fighters that, like Canelo Alvarez, that are successful. Oscar Valdez, who is successful. He has fighters like that are absolutely successful, and Eddy Reynoso essentially looks like he rules with a semi-iron fist, right? I don't want to say he completely, rules with an iron fist, but he semi-rules with an iron fist, right? And, he's stern with his approach. You can tell he has a business-like, workman-like approach. He demands that his fighters, show up and be respectful to his time and be respectful to the sport, and ultimately respectful for themselves, and it's his name attached to him that's on the line as well. And so Eddy Reynoso is not going to have that. He's not going to play those games. And Ryan Garcia ultimately, he wants to do things on his own. Like even you saw, his media day workout was at his friend's backyard. Okay, instead of being at Joe Goosen's gym, his media day workout was in his friend's backyard, and that tells you everything you need to know. That speaks volumes in itself. You're supposed to be in the gym. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do everything traditional, right? He can do things untraditional, and that's cool. But when you do things, even when you do things untraditional, you got to be, more committed to your craft and to other people's time. And it's clear that Ryan Garcia believes that he has the key and he knows the key to being successful. And it just simply is not working out for Ryan Garcia. Well, at least it didn't work out for him in this fight. But I still don't agree with Joe Goosen not being there. Stand with him afterwards and then let him know this is the last time y'all gonna work together unless, you know, he's fully committed moving forward. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. That's all I got for y'all, man. Should Brian have stayed with Eddy Reynoso? Let me know.
This is Amanda, the Real Deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.